Hello everyone, myself Bharadwaj. Today I am going to discuss about the basics of a controller in a PLC. In industries, most commonly we use PID controller, proportional integral derivative controller. If there is any control application like tank level control, flow control, temperature control, pressure control, etc., then you must need a controller in your PLC. This is a soft controller which we use in our programming. Okay, in this video, we will discuss about the basic parameters of these controllers, soft controllers, and in the next video, we will program the controller in the Siemens logo PLC and we will observe the response. In this video, I am discussing about tank level control application. If you see here, there is a tank and I want to control the water level inside the tank. Remember, whenever there is a control related application, first you need measurement. I'm controlling the tank level. That means first I need to measure the tank level. For that purpose, I am using one level sensor here. This level sensor measures the tank level and sends this parameter, tank level parameter, to the PLC. If you see this parameter, we will call it as process variable PV. Okay, remember this terminology, it is important. So the PLC receiving one input from the level sensor, and that input we will call it as process variable PV. This represents the present tank level in this case. Okay, next, this tank level is there, right? Let's say I want to maintain or control 50% of the tank level. That means I have to enter my requirement inside the PLC. This requirement we will call it as set point, SP. Set point is the value which I require, tank level requirement. Okay, how much I want to maintain the tank level. This I will enter inside the PLC. Next, the PLC will generate one output. Okay, what is that output for? That output is to control the valve. What this control valve will do, it will control the flow rate. Let's say my valve is 100% closed. That means the water available at the inlet, it will not go or reach the tank. 100% water will be stopped here. Okay, when my control valve is opening, the water will flow through the control valve and it will reach the tank. If let's say my control valve is 100% open, that means whatever the flow rate available here, it will reach the tank. 100% flow will be there. Let's say my control valve is 50% open. That means we are allowing only 50% of the flow through the valve and 50% of the flow will reach the tank. Let's say I will open only 10% of valve. That means I'm allowing only 10% of the flow to reach the tank. like that depends on the control valve position. Okay, 10% open, 20% open, 50% open, 90% open, 100% open, like that depends on the control valve open position or closed position. The flow rate will be adjusted and respectively it will reach the tank. So the control valve will receive a command from the PLC. Okay, this command we will call it as manipulated variable MV, nothing but control signal output. So in brief, the PLC receives tank level from the sensor. We will call it as process variable PV, and the operator or user enters the set point, which is nothing but the required tank level, and then based on the inputs, the PLC controller. Remember, whenever I'm referring controller in this video, I am talking about a programming block which we're using in the PLC software. That block will generate an output and the PLC will send that output to the control valve. That we will call it as manipulated variable MV. If you are a beginner, then you have to remember this terminology: process variable PV, set point SP, and manipulated variable MV. So based on these parameters, the PLC will control the tank level. Remember, this PID controller have many parameters. The main parameters are tuning parameters. Okay, some values we have to enter. We will call them as gain, like that, proportional gain. Depends on these gains and the tuning parameters, the response will be generated, controller response. Let's suppose there is one temperature application. The temperature is 1000 degrees. Okay. See, the temperature is a slow process. The temperature is not going to become zero immediately, right? It will take time. Gradually it will reduce. Let's suppose I turned off the furnace or I turned off the heater. 1000 degrees, 950 degrees, 920 degrees, like that. The drop will be very slow for temperature. If you take pressure, let's say the airline pressure is 10 bar. Suddenly the pipe is, some leak is there or some process, some valve is opened. Then the 10 bar may become zero immediately. There is a possibility. Or it will reduce drastically. That means the pressure is a fast process. So the PLC no need to generate same type of output for both the cases. Pressure, it needs a fast action. Temperature, the fast action is not required. The slow action will be enough. Okay. So based on the process application or type of the process, we have to choose these parameters carefully so that we will achieve maximum efficiency. Remember, if there is a PID controller, there is no need to use all these controllers. Okay, we can use P control as a standalone. There is no need to use I and D if there is a requirement in your process, or you can use I controller or D controller or combination of controllers like PI controller, PD controller, like that. I'm just giving some examples only. In Siemens logo PLC, it is a very Small PLC, remember that it is not a big one. They are providing only PI controller. In other PLCs, medium and large scale PLCs, you will find the PID controller. It doesn't matter which type of controller it is there, the basic concept is same. There may be any type of controller, the concept will be the same. There will be one PV, one SP, and one MV parameters, and respect to tuning or gain parameters. This is the basic level course which I am discussing here. So I am not going in depth about these parameters. In the next video, we will program a controller and we will observe the response. If you have experience with the PID controllers, share with us how you are tuning the parameters of a controller or in which applications you are using which type of controller so that we will receive more inputs and more knowledge. Thank you. I will meet you in the next session.